punk rocker. Look at that outfit.
Get your Rolling Stones on.
Are you gonna be a rock star? My brother is a drummer, and my family is extremely musical. And so whenever Leo's like hitting on things, my brother's like, he's drumming! He's gonna be a musician! Maybe. We'll see.
Today, we have some odd jobs that we need to take care of. There's a couple of things that I still haven't done on the deck on the house that I really need to get done because it looks kind of crappy and the performance of the deck is suffering in a couple places. I'll show you guys when we get to that. Also, there are some special plants, weeds mostly, that grow on our property that are invasive and they are illegal in our county. And if you don't cut them all down, the county can hire someone to come to your house, cut them down for you, and then they bill you for it. So before that happens, there's some plants that we need to cut down today. So we're gonna be doing some yard work, we're gonna be doing some stuff on the deck. Today is gonna be a fun day. All right, so this is not gonna be fun, and I know there's gonna be a lot of people that are like, but wait, they're so pretty. When you look over here, these are called milk thistles. And they are one of the like prettiest flowers on the mountain. They're these big, beautiful purple bulbs. They turn into like a giant dandelion looking thing. They spread their seeds and then they pop up everywhere. They suck up a ton of water, they dry out and they become a huge fire hazard. Not to mention, like I said, they're invasive. So like if you don't kill them all, next time they go to seed, there'll be like 1,000 of them.
In order to actually pass one of our inspections last year, we had to have weeded all of them out. And this year, we're just trying to do some maintenance. Our neighborhood recommends pulling out a couple different invasive species, particularly milk thistle and dyer's wood. It would be the prettiest one. We're trying to do some double and triple checking to make sure we've identified the correct plant because, of course, they're really pretty and we don't want to like cut out something that isn't actually the weed or the invasive species that we think it is.
Some of the only color we have on our mountain.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, there's a couple colors. One is yellow, which is a bad yellow flower called dyer's wood. One is purple, which is a milk thistle, which we're also supposed to cut out. We're gonna start with the milk thistle, get rid of all of them, put them in a big pile, then we gotta take them to like a burn pile or something. I don't know where they go.
Come tend the garden with me. We have so many seeds to sow. When the harvest comes in, it will be time to share what we have grown. We were having the time of our lives when we started.
All right, we are making a pretty good dent in the milk thistle department. We've got all of these ones cut up already, or at least removed out of the ground. The whole strip in front of our house, or at least half of the front of our property, has 0 milk thistle as of now. We are moving on and we're gonna go down here and see if we can find any more to cut out. It's kind of fun. It's kind of like whack-a-mole, but with really pokey, unpleasant weeds. I just tried to jam the shovel under the base of it and I just hit a rock directly. Just destroyed my hand. So that was like one of the really big ones on the property. And look at the size of the stalk of that thing. Like there wasn't even anything growing out of this. They were all growing out of the sides. And they were like 6 feet tall. They're trying to dig up this bulb. That's a big one. Ow!
That's crazy.
Here's a big boy. Good news is, there's not really any like deep into our property. That I can see from here anyway.
Yeah, I can't see any either.
Most of it's just like right up here by the road. Oh,
there's a
lot over here.
Yeah, there's a bunch on the other side of this tree.
There's a lot hiding over here.
Think I'd try this a new way. I'm gonna show you the tricks that I know. I'm getting tired of talking, and I need more of a show right now. It's time that you made your mind up, 'cause lately all it ever does is change. Feels like we're only talking, going round and around, back around. Don't forget it, girl,
I don't think so.
this around.
All right.
I'll be right back.
All right, love you.
All right, love you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right. Thankfully, we've kind of been in the shade over here for a minute. We're on the very boundary of our property, and we've finished removing almost all of the milk thistle over here. I think there's one little plant that I see right there. It's hard because they're green, obviously, and they blend in with everything else until you're like right on top of it and you're like, oh, it's a thistle. We do need to get rid of the dyer's woad, but I'm too overwhelmed with what it is, and I'd like somebody to come and tell me, because I don't want to just cut everything down that has a yellow flower on it, because the yellow flowers are pretty. They add a little bit of personality, a little bit of color to the mountain, and I don't want to remove everything that I don't really need to. So the milk thistle is priority number one. I'm sweating like a pig, and we've got a giant pile of thistles down there. So there's a burn area where they burn like vegetation and stuff, and you can go put it in a big pile there. So I think we're gonna load it in the truck and head over there.
Over the last few months, I've been busy working behind the scenes with the people on our Mountain Made Vans waitlist. And yesterday, we put one customer's plans into action.
We are hitting the road today. We're not really going anywhere. We're just heading down into Mountain Made Vans.
Leaving this place, the sun's about to break. You're riding shotgun. The feeling we chase, I'm wide awake. Take me away now.
Hello? Good morning. Wait a minute. What is that mustache? I like it.
Trying to grow for the mountain bike race. This is probably the longest I've ever grown it out.
Really?
So, yeah.
I like it. It looks really good. I like this floor. Actually, a lot. It's really nice. Not only is the current Sprinter beautiful and like probably 75% of the way done, but today is a huge day. We're actually having our next van get dropped off today, and the owner of that vehicle is probably pulling up in the next couple minutes. We're really, really excited about this build. It's gonna be a really fun one, and it's just exciting. New van drop-off day. Oh, she's here!
Yay!
How are you? So good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Like we're friends already.
I know, seriously.
So this is basically the Happy Jack setup. And this will be,
Okay.
everything from here back will be the same in your van.
I'm looking at this floor. I love this floor.
Isn't it so nice?
I mean, I don't even need to look at anything else.
Perfect.
I'm just going to choose this floor.
It's so nice and airy, and I think it matches the ceiling really well and just keeps it like
It
nice
does,
and
but
open.
yet it's different enough where it doesn't look like, you know, you tried to match it like exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I think this will go really well with the darker cabinets that you want too.
The lower, darker cabinets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, thank you so much.
I know.
I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Good.
Man, I appreciate everything you guys
Of
are
course.
doing.
Bye! That's exciting! You guys! Oh my gosh, Cheryl is so cool, and we have a really amazing custom tailored layout for her and all of her outdoor activities. I think the van is going to be beautiful. She's gonna go run a couple errands and then drop the van off here permanently for the next couple months, and we are going to create something beautiful for her.
It is a relief to be done cutting all the thistle bushes out. Now we've just got to get them all loaded into Brandon's truck, take them down to the burn pile. I think we picked the hottest day of the year to do this.
Yeah.
It is sweltering. So obviously once we had the house done and we were able to move in, we only wanted to work on the inside because it was winter, and there's just some things that need to be kind of finished up and tidied up. This is the thermal buck that goes underneath the door, and then the deck sits lower than that, so I can pull this back. This white stuff right here is our Tyvek, the little like water hammocks, the little gutters that we made to keep underneath the deck dry. So water has been going down into that spot. This isn't trimmed out, it's uneven, kind of looks like crap. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a couple of little stairs out of Trex to match that height and get everything up there looking nice and pretty. And we're gonna have to get out the miter saw. We're gonna have to go grab a couple pieces of Trex from down off yonder that Joel put way far away because we weren't gonna need it anymore. We're gonna build ourselves a couple stairs, make this look a little bit nicer by the end of the day.
While these guys have been hard at work, I actually just dropped off the dogs on a trial day at a boarding facility nearby. They're just gonna spend a couple hours there. We had a really successful meet and greet yesterday, and I love this place because it's fully off leash. There's no kennels. People sleep with the dogs at night, and it's just like a very regular situation instead of like the typical stressful boarding experience for dogs, which is really nerve-wracking and anxiety-inducing. And this is just like, they have 50 acres of fenced-off terrain. All the dogs are free range. They have like a very detailed logbook of what each dog eats. They make sure they're eating. And there's tons of people there to like help facilitate all the interaction, but mostly like if there's no kennels and there's no fences and there's no leashes, there's no need for the dogs to fight or to feel aggression or territorial or defensive. And so it's just a very mellow, peaceful situation. They had a great time yesterday, so I'm hoping today goes really well and they enjoy their little trial day. We have a couple trips scheduled later in the fall and this winter, and we just want to make sure that we feel really good about where we take the dogs when we're not around. So hopefully they're having a lot of fun. We'll pick them up later this afternoon. And in the meantime, it's exciting to finish off just a couple little things around the house that really need to be wrapped up.
The rug's hot too. I can only be on here for a second, but so we filled the gap in below the stair or below the door. So don't look too closely. It's the best we could do.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff that's like bunched up in there, and I just can't. It's just not perfect.
Okay, that's okay.
So we made this little stair piece.
Cute.
And it's gonna sit in there.
You did exactly what you said you weren't gonna do.
Yeah, I know. But this was the way it kind of had to. This is kind of the way the cookie had to crumble. Unfortunately. What?
You're gonna hit your foot on that. See this lip right here?
Yeah.
Ow! Wow, that's really hot. Oh my goodness.
That's the divine intervention telling you not to criticize us.
I'm not criticizing you, but there's a lip right here, and it's a little, and it's sharp, and it's raised. I can just foresee that sharp edge will hurt baby's toes, our toes.
There's been a lip that's like a ½ inch tall right there. Like, how often do you hit that?
Yeah, that's like smooth. The only thing I'm worried about is that's a sharp edge.
I mean, yeah. If this wasn't shaped like a freaking boomerang, I'd say we could try and rip a little off the bottom, but it is shaped like a boomerang.
They're gonna figure out a way to make it look beautiful, for it to be safe, and for it to not hurt anybody's toes. I have faith. like when you get a sliver or something and it's like so painful even though it's so tiny. I feel like these little projects are like a million slivers. They're just like so painful even though they're pretty low consequence.
We've got a lot of trauma.
This, Leo?
He's gonna be crawling on that step in no time.
Well, once it cools off, that metal gets hot. It looks really good. I'm really impressed. It actually came out better than I thought it would.
Doesn't look bad.
No, it looks great.
Definitely doesn't look great, but
really?
Doesn't look bad.
There's no lip, dude. It's flat. It's funny because when we built this house, so many people around this neighborhood have also built their own houses, and even if it's like 30 years ago they built it, there's always things in the house that aren't finished, and they were always like, make sure you finish, like it's so easy to overlook things, and we were always like, yeah, we're gonna finish it, it's gonna be 100% done. And it's been like what, 6 or 7 months since we moved in, and there's still like less than 10 things. But they're definitely like, oh, that window trim needs to be finished. Oh, this little door step needs to be finished. There's like little things that are like, yeah, maybe it'll take 30 years. I don't know.
That's one of the problems with DIY, right? Is you get it to like a workable or livable point, and then you're like, I don't want to finish the rest of this because maybe you have like PTSD from it or something.
Yes.
But I'm still glad we did it ourselves. It's that time of day, everybody. Kicking the boots off, coming into the nice air conditioning. Brandon is taking off for the day. We got the one stair done. We got all of the weeds picked. Oh, not exactly my preferred type of work, but
it's in the triple digits
needed to
basically
happen.
all week. So it is the heat of summer here. Things are hot, and that is not stopping Trent and Brandon from getting things done.
Yeah. Hopefully in the next episode, the rest of our parts are gonna show up so that we can start finishing Terry up. And then after all Terry is done and we can move her out of the way, the trusses should be delivered. Also, we've probably got a couple days left before we can resubmit for our permits for the garage additions. And once those are approved, we can get another Mini X and we can start digging up for the footings. I'm really excited to get the concrete work done so that we can start framing the rest of the garage and to get the trusses. Like right now, it feels like we're kind of like waiting and stalling for a bunch of things to happen. And then, you know, like always, it's all gonna happen at once and we're just gonna be inundated with work for the next few months, which is a good problem to have. So
You got some sun today.
thank you.
But I think we are gonna go spend the rest of the afternoon hanging out with Joel, get him some dinner, just spend time off camera together hanging out.
So this is where we're gonna leave you guys. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you show us by giving us a big thumbs up on today's video. Consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't already.
Thank you guys, we love you.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Adios.